Half-Life 2 Deathmatch was released 14 days after Half-Life 2 came out, so fans of the series were able to throw toilets at each other and duke it out in various Half-Life 2 adjacent environments in less than a month from the greatest PC game ever coming out. Even though it's been 20 years, to this day, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch still has servers full of people running around blasting each other with machine guns, furniture, and rocket launchers. But as you probably know, mods and custom maps are the bread and butter of Gold Source and Source games. So one day I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of different maps from Game Banana. Some of these I recognized, but some other ones I downloaded I haven't played or seen before. Before we start, I want to say that as much as I would like to research every map to accredit the original creator, it's oftentimes a difficult task. While most people uploaded their own maps to Game Banana, other people just re-uploaded other people's maps, and oftentimes map creators did not leave signatures on their maps, so I will be placing the title of the map on the bottom left. But if you have any insight on who the actual creator of the map was, or if you've played on some of these before, I'd be happy to hear about it in the comments. Let's poke around and see what we find. Andros is a nice start to our purview. It's a smallish but atmospheric map that consists of a couple of islands drenched in fog. There are some towers, props, docks, and piers. There are some visual issues with the map due to the rendering of the fog. Some of these things just pop in. A fun fact for you is that some leeches are on the outskirts of the water, so if you wander too far, you're going to get eaten. These are a classic type of custom map. Items being the wrong size is funny, even more so when everything is the wrong size because you're 2 inches tall. My first exposure to a map of this style was way back when I was playing Call of Duty 2 at the age of 8 or 9 or something like that, and it was probably Gob Rats version 2. But this bathroom map is pretty fun. There's a whole lot of barrels and it has a good amount of verticality. The toilet leads to the sewer, which is toxic and kills the player. I love a good bowel movement joke. The ceiling is accessible too, but it mostly consists of corridors and blank rooms. It's not the most interesting environment to fight in. This map is laggy, and then it crashed. Oh well. It seemed pretty similar to the last one, so we'll just keep on going. Combat on a bridge is a fun but simple concept. Players would have to dodge cars and take cover in a nearby construction site while trying to grab weapons on this level. DM Bridge B2 has a nice skybox as well. In the distance we can see some smokestacks, an island, and a bridge. It really doesn't take much for the atmosphere to come alive. It's also funny, you can just get absolutely fucked up by these cars. I no-clipped around a bit and found a button in the skybox next to the author's credits which pauses all the cars, which kinda makes the map a bit creepier. Although the cars can still kill you if you walk into them. My first spawn is inside the dam's interior, and it kind of reminds me of Half-Life 2 Episode 2 a bit, you know, in the whole rocket silo place. It's a long, curved utilitarian structure, but as we exit, we see the full extent of the map. It's large. I kind of think it's too large. This is a newer one, made for a map making competition I believe. It has a level of polish that many custom maps lack. It's based around an electrical power plant substation setting. The ambience of electrical bursts, birds, and the wind add to this industrial environment. There's also a van driving around that can mess you up. Going into the tunnel that surrounds the map, it teleports you to the other side of it, and it also taunts you, which is kind of funny. I've never played this map on Half-Life 2 Deathmatch before, but I have definitely played a version of this on Gary's Mod's Trouble in Terrace Town before. One thing I find interesting is how many of these maps have been cannibalized from Half-Life 2 Deathmatch and tossed into random source mods and games. You can just take the BSP files, tweak them a bit for the game, and it should work, is my understanding. I've never actually done it, but I can't imagine it's too hard, but I don't know anything about it. Anyways, back to the map. We have some references from the map's developers' friends, I assume, as gravestones. We have some physical object saloon doors, which is a nice touch for the map's western theme. We also have some building interiors. Even though this map is very rudimentary to the extent that there's no skybox, it makes up for it in charm. I spawned in a creepy basement, but making my way up, we stumble across this nice brutalist Roman architecture temple thing. The lighting looks amazing. It also takes place in Tamriel, I guess. There's the Imperial City. This beach is nice. It sets the tone well. It has a nice orange sunset shining over an Aegean island. It provides a great contrast to the classic Greek blue buildings. It also looks like it's a recreation of a gold source map, so that's another fun thing. Grub isn't the best deathmatch map, but it's pretty at least. As trippy as the medieval castle-y metaphysical stuff is, there are barely any weapons scattered around, which would make it difficult to duel in. Hometown is a true classic. So many Garry's Mod videos have used its realistic environment to set the stage for dramatic works of Gmod machinimas like War of the Servers and other such works.
A immersive world where the player is accustomed to their own virtual life.
There's an admin room that I forget the passcode to. In other versions of this map it has a nuke button that was removed on this map because I guess it was causing crashes with Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. But that's only one of the many features that this map has. Doors on storefronts can lock and unlock, alarms can be set, and a whole bunch more. The nostalgia factor is cool. This map represents a time in the 90s that the creator of the map wanted to capture, I assume in the late aughts, but now it's even further removed. Kill Roof is essentially a kill box map, no cover, just weapons, explosives, and enemy players in a cube. I'm not a big fan of kill box maps, but I've played my fair share of them over the years. The servers that ran these maps tended to have lower gravity settings enabled, which enabled players to jump longer distances. There's a trampoline in the middle of the map, which can be used to maneuver around the map a bit easier. Resident is designed around urban combat, but there's something interesting going on with these pulley platforms. Not many custom maps use a physics element on them, which strikes me kind of strange, seeing as how physics heavy the original Half-Life 2 game was. It might have been choppy on multiplayer, which is why it wasn't done more often. Other than that, this map has a good chunk of verticality, which is always appreciated. I always liked the Richland map in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch and in Trouble in Terrorist Town and wherever else it pops up, so seeing an earlier version of it is odd. It feels more like a proof of concept. Some differences I saw are that these drawers don't break, there's no basement sewer system, there's only one apartment and not two, and the attic is a bit different, but the spirit is still the same. There's also a sound emitter on the map, which plays a more intense glass shattering sound when you break some windows, which is a cool workaround to get some more depth from the standard Half-Life 2 glass breaking sound, which is kind of wimpy. Well, that sure looks like Stonehenge. Let's hit this button.
I know you can. Let's go.
I'd probably disconnect by now if I was playing this. Some servers in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch are co-op based, as in the players team up and fight Half-Life 2 NPCs in different areas. This is one of them. It's kind of a cool idea, but I would probably rather play Synergy or Obsidian Conflict if I wanted to go that route. There isn't much to say about this one, other than you fight NPCs. It does have a checkpoint system, so if you get smacked by too many head crabs, you can teleport back to your friends, so you don't have to run through the whole map again. This variation of the killbox formula has lots of breakable glass, so you can get a bit more tactical, although if 16 to 32 players were on the server, I doubt tactics would count for much. It has a bit more cover than your usual killbox map, but at the end of the day, you're in a box, killing people. Oh, the classic Penn and Teller gag game is now available in Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. It's pretty awesome. We have a radio, wheel, and a long road ahead of us. It functions the same way, including the odometer mile counter, the slightly offset wheel alignment causing the bus to drift, the good stuff. I can't really complain about this level, it's funny that it's even on here. I have a weird memory of playing this map specifically. All you do is pull Half-Life 2 NPCs and objects out of the water with this fishing rod that you bait with watermelons. It's one of the maps I wanted to play for this video. I didn't select it randomly. Unfortunately, I'm not 100% sure if it's working right though, as nothing ever bit my bait. I might have fucked something up, but I just haven't been catching anything. This is like the last one, but it's a bit more Windows XP, if that makes sense. It's the same concept, but again, it seems broken. There are some other fishing sections, along with a cool, janky physics boat. There's also this glass box admin area thing full of lightsabers and weapons. For the rest of the map, I don't really know what's going on, and that's about it. Well, I personally found that worthwhile. It's interesting to see some of the older custom source maps and how they eventually got turned into more updated maps or used in other games and things like that. If you thought this was interesting, let me know in the comments and we could do some more at some point. This isn't my usual kind of video. We'll probably go with more of a standard one in the next one. I try to upload a video at least once a month, so if you want to see more, hit all the buttons and subscribe and stuff, and we'll kind of go from there. I also set up like membership things. It's like $1. Your name can be in the credits. The first one that donates gets their name really big. You don't want to miss out. Okay, bye.